I preemptively closed the windows this time, so we won't have to do it in the middle of the video. Yay! Guess what? Microphone's still not plugged in. I really just couldn't be bothered to figure out how to record audio with my computer this week. So, who knows? Maybe one day I'll figure it out. This week was not the week though. It's raining right now, which is super duper cozy, and I love it very much. However, I am going to have to go outside soon, and I'm not looking forward to that. But it is nice to be inside while it's raining. The weather got like super randomly nice this week after it's been like freezing cold for like what seems like an eternity of time. So that was really nice, although all the bugs came out at once, including bees, and I'm like super afraid of bees, and I know that it's like you shouldn't be afraid of bees because like there's not really anything to be afraid of. But that's why it's called an irrational fear, because it is not rational. And I got chased by a bee the other day. That was not fun. That was not fun at all. People are like, oh, if a bee's gonna fly at you, like, don't move because you might stress it out if you run away. But I was worried that it was gonna land on me if I decided to not move. And so I guess with fight, flight, or freeze, fight is off the table because there's no way I'm fighting a bee. Freeze is off the table because I didn't want it to land on me. So I just kind of ran away like a huge coward. You know what? I don't regret anything, but that was a very scary experience. Let's see what my weekly screen time is. I already know what it is because it told me this morning. And you know what? It was down from last week, which is super great, because I would like my screen time on my phone to be as little as possible, even though I know that I'm super duper addicted to it anyway. So my daily average for the past week was 4 hours and 1 minute. Let's go. That's kind of how it normally is, so I'm not like super surprised about that. My top 3 apps this time were different than last week's. It was YouTube. Obviously, that's going to be my top app. And then Instagram, and then Twitter was my third one. It beat Twitch because I didn't really get that much of a chance to watch Twitch this week. I was kind of busy, and when you're really busy, I mean, there's no time for live streams. I got work to do. Also, last night was the Creator Clash, so I was on Twitter a lot during that, trying to, like, read what everybody was talking about that, so that also probably shoved it above Twitch this time. Speaking of the Creator Clash, I guess I can talk about that since that happened yesterday, so it's kind of fresh in my mind. I really enjoyed it. I watched it last year, and it was really fun last year, but we all know that. And I feel like it was also fun this year, you know? It had a lot to live up to considering the fact that last year's was so great and awesome. And I think that this year it went really well. I watched the pre-show with Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, which was super duper fun because, you know, I'm a huge fan of Markiplier. I'm in the Markiplier community, and he hasn't really streamed in a while because he's working on his movie, which makes total sense. But, you know, I kind of miss that, like, live stream Markiplier that, you know, he gets a very certain way when he's on live streams, and I think it's very funny, and I kind of missed it. So that was nice during the pre-show. I'm worried that my lighting is, like, super orange. I feel like, hold on, what if I unplug these here? Well, now it's just really dark. I turned on the bat fairy lights. I don't know if you can tell that they're bats, but they're bats. I hope they're not too distracting. I'll have them on for a minute, and then if I feel like they're too distracting, I'll turn them off. So, you know, Creator Clash was really, really fun. It was really, really long. That's kind of my only complaint about it. There was 2 fights in there that I was kind of like, about. It was the one between William Haynes and Chris Raygun. I felt like that fight was, like, really unbalanced. And I know that there was, like, drama with that, so, I mean, obviously that's gonna be why. But I honestly could care less about the drama. It just, like, I felt kind of bad for Chris because he was obviously, like, fighting a guy who was, like, much, like, different height than him. So, you know, I kind of felt bad for Chris, so that fight I didn't really like all that much. And the one between Alana and Mika, I was just kind of, it went all 5 rounds, so it was super long. It was like 10 minutes, and nothing really happened during any of those 10 minutes. Like, all the other fights, I feel like stuff happened kind of basically the whole time. But during the whole 10 minutes of Alana versus Mika, I was just kind of like, really bored, you know, the whole time. Which I felt really bad because I like both Alana and Mika as people and as creators. If those two fights were removed and also that like weird Crash Bandicoot ad in the middle, like if those things were removed, I feel like it would have been a lot better because it would have been shorter, because by the end it was really, really fun, but like I was so tired by the end. Like I was getting like fatigued just like sitting here staring at my screen. Like, you know, there wasn't really a good way for like break time for me. I guess during the ad I could have gotten up and walked around, but, you know, I guess it was so cringy I couldn't look away. But enough about the negatives. I'll talk about the stuff that I liked about Creator Clash, which was a lot of stuff. First of all, the thing that I've taken away from this is never ever fight Dad, I think, because obviously we know last year he absolutely destroyed and murdered Matt Watson of Super Mega in like 20 seconds or whatever, how long it was. And this year he, I don't know what he did to AB, but whatever it was internal and it looked like it hurt a lot. So I think that the lesson here is don't ever fight Dad if you value your life. Also, Haley Sharp, she was last year, and I really liked her last year. I really liked the Minx versus Haley fight last year. I thought it was really cool. And, you know, she really showed herself this year. I feel like that was the best female fight of the night. I know that the female fight after that between Michelle and Andrea was like super, super technical, but I was in the bathroom during it because I had to pee because the event was like 7,000 hours long. So unfortunately, I only got to see round 5 of Michelle and Andrea, although that round 5 of Michelle and Andrea that I got to see was very, very cool and good. But, you know, it was really, really nice to see Haley kind of like get her redemption from last year, especially because you could just see that she really put in the work. And she got her redemption, so hooray. Now I'm a ghost. Ooh! Let me turn down my phone brightness. There we go. It's a YouTube video. It doesn't matter. Whatever. If it's bad, who cares? No one's watching this. I really liked the Aaron versus Jarvis fight. Like, because I'm a huge Game Grumps fan, and I also, like, Aaron is great, and I saw him fight last year, and I was kind of sad that he lost, even though I kind of expected it to happen because he was fighting a giant. And I've been watching Jarvis Johnson for years. You know, I'm subscribed to his Gold channel, so I'm one of his premium viewers, you know, all that. And, you know, I honestly would have been okay with either of them winning. But it was just a really nice moment to see Aaron, you know, win. He's the one who wins, so I mean, obviously, but you know, he's the video game boy, not like the boxing boy. So, you know, maybe he is the boxing boy now. He's the one who wins, at least this time. Also, okay, we all know that I'm a fan of Markiplier because I said it like 2 seconds ago. So watching Ethan get to win was just like so sweet. Oh my god. I remember back when he joined the Markiplier crew back in what, like 2016-ish. It's just like seeing him grow from there to now. It's just like, also, the John and Harley fight was like actually insane, which makes sense because, you know, WWE is all about showmanship and, you know, being, you know, extra and over the top. So the fact that that fight was extra and over the top is like not surprising in the slightest. The fact that Harley went through the ring onto the commentator's table, that is so funny to me. Also, underrated moment when Harley got punched into the camera. I feel like as a viewer that was the most dynamic moment, at least. And I feel like no one talked about that because he fell onto a table. And that's even more crazy. I saw a comment on Twitter like, it's not a WWE fight if someone doesn't fall through a table. The fight with Alex and iDubbbz, obviously, very, very good fight. You know, iDubbbz just kind of got punched the whole time and then lost again for the 2nd year in a row, which is kind of funny. You know, man can't win, but that's okay, you know? All I gotta say is that moment at the end, when he was getting teary and emotional, I definitely also got teary and emotional. That was really, really sweet. And, you know, Alex's whole, you know, one more fight thing, that was really sweet also. His little, if you insist, Alex, at the end, I was like, that is so sweet, oh my god. All in all, pretty good. The post-show was also really nice. I obviously enjoy watching Mark and Jack interact with each other. It's really fun. And the fact that Mark kept dissing the ringside commentators the entire time during the after show, I really hope that people who don't normally watch Markiplier understood that that's a joke. because that is totally something that he would joke about during like one of his like live streams or whatever. So I'm hoping that people didn't think he was actually seriously hating on the ringside commentators. But anyway, my review of Crater Clash was, it was super duper long, but super duper fun. So, you know, yeah. Oh, if anybody was on the edge of their seat for my motion design project, I submitted it yesterday, so I submitted it on Friday. So we'll see what happens with that, if anything happens with that. I really hope I get a good grade, because if he doesn't give me a good grade, I'm gonna frickin' lose it. Are these lights too distracting in the back? I feel like they are not. I feel like they add a sense of fun. You can just, you know, look around at my whole messy setup here that I didn't clean. I cleaned last time, but I didn't clean this time, so you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that my whole situation is a huge mess. But anyway, that's all I'm really gonna talk about this week. I really hope these are entertaining. I don't know if these are boring or not. Like, I don't know if this is just like a Rose, who cares, like whatever kind of situation. This is just for me, I guess. Thank you for getting through the entire video of just me rambling. It means a lot, I guess. So thank you very much, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!